Malaysia continues to attract international business. Price of ikan kembung may be controlled. Good afternoon, I'm Cynthia Arthur. You're watching News on 2. Malaysia has recorded a significant economic growth over the past few years with an increase in gross national income, GNI. The country has also secured record levels of foreign direct investment. According to Prime Minister Datuk Seri Najib Tun Razak, between 2009 and 2016, the country's GNI had increased by nearly 50% with 2.26 million jobs created. Datuk Seri Najib cited companies such as Huawei, which has made Malaysia its global operation headquarters, HSBC, which is investing over 1 billion ringgit to build its future regional head office in the Tun Razak Exchange, and Broadcom Limited, which will transfer its global distribution hub from Singapore to Malaysia this year as examples of some FDIs.
And we have secured record levels of foreign direct investment at a time when our opponents keep trying to scare people into thinking that Malaysia is going bankrupt. Businesses would not be investing in Malaysia if they thought that. They would not be moving their regional headquarters here if they thought that. Huawei, the global ICT provider that serves more than a third of the world's population, has made Malaysia its global operation headquarters. Broadcom Limited, one of the world's largest semiconductor companies, is going to transfer its global distribution hub to Malaysia this year.
Datuk Seri Najib was speaking at the ASEAN at 50 commemorative dinner and achievement awards in Kuala Lumpur last night. The Prime Minister said Malaysia was strategically placed for business to access the ASEAN market of 625 million people, and ultimately, with the eventual conclusion of the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, to be a gateway to 50% of the world's population and over 30% of global GDP. The government will consider making mackerel, ikan kembung, a controlled item if its supply in the market is stable throughout the year. Domestic Trade, Cooperatives and Consumerism Minister Datuk Seri Hamzah Zainuddin said a constant and sufficient supply of mackerels would be the basis for the ministry to list the fish as a controlled item. Speaking in Air Keroh, Melaka, the minister said he was in a discussion with the Agriculture and Agro-Based Industry Ministry to find ways to ensure sufficient supply. At the moment, the price of mackerels sets the benchmark on the price of other types of fish. Datuk Seri Hamzah said there were certain seasons when fishermen landed low quantity of mackerels, and this prompted the country to import the fish.
Saya nak supaya MOA dapat menentukan dia cukup supply bukan hanya untuk waktu-waktu yang tertentu, tetapi seluruh waktunya dalam setahun. Kita nak supaya kalau mereka mengetahui berapa season di mana susah untuk nelayan kita untuk menangkap ikan, maka mesti ada supply yang datang daripada luar negara. Bila ini dah mencukupi, kita dah pasti bahawa supply-nya konsisten, barulah saya boleh nak tentukan sama ada dia boleh kita jadikan satu ikan yang kita boleh kawal harganya. Kalau dari segi sustainability supply itu boleh tidak masih sama-sama, maka kita tak boleh nak kawal.
He also said the ministry required more discussions with other stakeholders in the fishing industry on the pricing plan. Tan Sri Raus Sharif took his oath last night as Chief Justice for 3 years with immediate effect. He received his instrument of appointment from Yang di-Pertuan Agong Sultan Muhammad V at Istana Negara. On April 1st, Tan Sri Raus was appointed as Malaysia's 14th Chief Justice, taking over from Tun Arifin Zakaria, who retired at age 66 years and 6 months on March 31st. The retirement age for judges is 66 years. Tan Sri Mat Raus' service as Court of Appeal President was earlier extended for 6 months from February 4th till August 3rd. On July 7th, the Prime Minister's office in a statement said Tan Sri Mat Raus would serve as Chief Justice for 3 years from August 3rd after being appointed as an additional judge for the Federal Court on the same date and for the same period. Tabung Haji TH is providing 46 Hajj counsellors and 3 consultants to assist Malaysian pilgrims who need advice on the Hajj pilgrimage and to resolve their concerns. According to Hajj Guidance Operation Director Tengku Aziz Raja Abdullah Tengku Aziz, the 46 Hajj counsellors are a mix of 60% old faces, while the rest are new faces. Tengku Aziz said issues not settled by the counsellors would be taken to the consultants who would resolve them. The 3 consultants are former Director General of Islamic Development Department, JAKIM, Datuk Wan Muhammad Abdul Aziz, former Johor Mufti, Datuk Muhammad Noh Gadut, and University of Malaya former lecturer, Dr. Hanisa Abdul Ghani. TH has also activated Talian Ibadah Haji Taib or worship hotline to answer queries raised by pilgrims. Taib operates from 7 a.m. to 12 noon, 4:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. and 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. It will operate 24 hours for 2 weeks before Wukuf Day and 1 week after Wukuf Day. The response from the public to fly the national flag has been lukewarm despite various programs outlined for the Merdeka Month celebration, such as lectures, screening of movies on the struggle for independence and public discussions. Therefore, Communications and Multimedia Minister Dato' Sri Dr. Saleh Said Kerouak is calling on Malaysians to display their spirit of patriotism by flying the Darul Gemilang in conjunction with the 60th Merdeka Day celebration and the hosting of the 2017 SEA Games by the country this month. Dato' Sri Dr. Saleh said the perception that flying the national flag was merely symbolic and not a priority to show pride for the country should be dismissed. The minister also said this year's National Day celebration should be merrier with Malaysia playing host for the 2017 SEA Games to be held from August 19 to 30th. We'll get to that shortly. The Johor Crown Prince has unveiled the new Johor Darul Tazim JDT Football Stadium design in Gelang Patah, Johor. Tunku Ismail Sultan Ibrahim, who is also Football Association of Malaysia FAM President, launched the stadium's concept inspired by the banana leaf at a ceremony held at the Forest City yesterday. He was accompanied by his wife, Cik Puan Khalida Bustamam, and their princess, Tunku Kalsom Amina Sofia binti Tunku Ismail. Country Garden Pacific View Sendirian Berhad Executive Director, Dato' Mat Othman Yusof, said the stadium, spanning over 140,000 square meters, would be built by Forest City and has a built-up area of about 70,000 square meters.
And it can house up to 14,000 square meter in full capacity and has natural grass field, advanced sound system and a live broadcast system.
The stadium would be the home of the JDC Football Club, popularly known as the Southern Tigers. Its facilities include VVIP boxes and a fan club.